Ooh. Morning of day 15. Still making my way up to the top of upper Middle Moody. Need to get over the pass, down Red Slide. Okay, let's keep it going. Climbing through a new layer of rock. I think this is part of the Moan Kopi Formation. Pretty cool stuff. Another cool little canyon here. That's where I'm headed. That's Deer Point on the left. I need to get over that saddle in between the Notch and Deer Point. Or I could go over this saddle too. To be determined, whichever's easier when I get up in that area. Okay, let's go. All right, getting closer. I think I am gonna go south of the Notch. Looks like a ridge there I could get up and then over and over. That's what I'm hoping. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. All right, up on top. Came up this ridge here, which is actually a mistake. I knew it as I was doing it, but didn't want to restart. I scouted that one over there. That's the one I wanted to be on, which would have taken me closer to where I wanted to go, with a little bit less of a climb. I had to climb some rocks to get up to the top of this. So now I'm gonna have to contour around some gullies, but still, we are getting close. Looking back where I came from, see the notch on the horizon out there? That's the College Canyons. That's where I came through the straight cliffs. Looking down on upper Mid Moody. Still where I'm headed, over the saddle. Taking a little break and just realized my shirt has been on wrong side out and backwards all morning. So kudos to you who noticed that in the video already, but now it's fixed. Okay, looks like one last little ridge to get over this saddle. Going there. Finally at the top. Finally at the saddle. Not sure if you can hear me because of the wind, but of course it's amazing view back from where I came from. The real view I've been waiting for is over here. Check them out, the Henry Mountains. Mount Ellen, Mount Pennell, Mount Millers, and looking down to the Little Rockies. And looking down the Red Slide, which is where I'm going. My Moody's hike, I made it to that point up there. Called it North Pointy Point, not the official name. And on that same hike, I camped along the ridge down there. Called it Camp Awesome, also not the official name. The views from up there were really awesome, but they're not too shabby from right here either. Okay, now let's get down and get into Dolls Creek. This is tough, coming down through these mud hills. There's a lot of old mining roads here, and I knew the Hayduke followed one of them. And I thought I was on it, but it started leading me down a wrong gully, so I climbed back up and out and over one. Now I think I'm in better shape, but yeah, it's warm and I'm not even too red slide yet, but soon hopefully. All right, that's a report for now. All is good. Looking back at where we came from, over the saddle, we are officially in Capitol Reef National Park now, and that is the Water Pocket Fold. Or this is. I'm trying to get over it. Wow, all of a sudden a lot of footprints. I'm guessing that is the Hayduke. Though not a lot of Haydukers come this way, it seems, anymore. Most opt for the Halls Creek alternate, but yeah, I think I finally connected back with the main route. Whew, okay, let's go. That is one big hoodoo over there. Check it out. I see some buttes out there. Could be bear's ears way out there on the horizon. It's the right general direction, but too difficult to tell if that's the official bear's ears. Everybody's doing the red slide. It's a brand new dance in town. It's sure to make you frown when the little red rocks slide under your feet. Make you dance when you don't want to. Okay, that's where we're going. South down Halls Creek. If I can ever get down off Red Slide. That it was named for a geological formation, not the fact that the red rocks under your feet make you slide all the way down it. Little known fact, this valley is actually called the Grand Gulch. Not to be confused with the Grand Gulch farther east, closer to Bear's Ears. Hint, hint, hint. Man, I am finally down Red Slide. That thing was a beast. So many ankle breakers, little rocks under feet, lots of sharp rocks, lots of marble rocks. It was just so tedious coming down. That whole thing, getting up over the saddle and down, took hours longer than I thought it would. But it feels so good to be down on flat ground now. And now I should have some fairly easy walking along the creek, which may or may not be running. It looks dry up there, but it'll start running eventually. All right, that's the tired report for now. Wow, this is hard to believe. The fountain tanks are dry. At least the lower tank. I'm not going to climb up to the upper ones. This is part of the reason I chose not to do that high route that was based on pothole water. The potholes are just in really bad shape this year. It's just been no big spring storms to fill them up and not a very big winter. Well, that's a bummer. I was hoping for a little more water, but there is some water out in the creek, just not as good. Morning of day 16. Still headed down through Capitol Reef towards Halls Creek Narrows. Just enjoying the early morning views. Okay, we are about to enter Halls Creek Narrows. I know what you're thinking, Jamal, where's all your stuff? Actually, I took the bypass route over the Halls Pass and dropped my bag and most of my gear, and now we're just going to enter the Narrows from the bottom. Did this for two reasons. One, to make up some time, and for two, evidently the hole in here is a swimmer. So where there's normally waist deep water is going to be a swimmer today. Or so they say. Let's go see if they're telling the truth. Let's go. I know some of you are probably feeling cheated. Jamal, I want to see all of the Halls Creek Narrows. Well, for that, you can check out my videos from 2018 or 2015 with the flash flood. And I know some of you are thinking, Jamal, what about your big speech about schedules and living in the moment? Well, that is true, but I also have to live by other people's schedules, and I have a resupply tomorrow in Bullfrog, and unfortunately the post office is only open 4 hours a day, so I have to hit that window. I also have to catch a ferry, so I guess I have to somewhat live by other people's schedules for a little bit. But trust me, we're still going to have fun, and we're going to check out a good portion of this canyon today, and maybe go for a swim. Let's go. Well, if there is a swimmer hole, it'll be right around this corner. It is notoriously the deepest of the whole hike. Okay, let's go see what we're gonna get. Got this just in case. Ooh. Deep already. Oh yeah. That's deep. Not a swimmer. Of course, we're not done yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Benefit of being 6'2". Not a swimmer. Just an up to the necker. Okay, through the deep hole, on up the canyon. Okay, this is the end of the line for us. We're gonna turn back here. Had a nice little snack break. I think it's time to get back down the canyon and keep heading towards Bears Ears. On the way back, we're gonna play a little game called Find Jamal's Bandana. It's evidently I dropped it on the way in. So, help me look. It's a great canyon. Great tall walls and an echo, and also a bandana. It's trying to get away from me. Not loud. I need you, bandana. Let it know. All in the bubbles down Halls Creek. That was a good little walk up Halls Creek. We're getting back to the deep pool. I think it's going to feel good. I might actually swim this time. It's 2 in the afternoon. I've been walking through some sunshine. This will be a good way to cool down. Okay, here we go. See if I remember where the deep spots are. Tippy toe, tippy toe. Yes. That's awesome. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let me get up here, drop my stuff, and go for a proper swim. Let me show you my backstroke. Whew. So I could have done this with a big backpack. I just would have had to float it on my air mattress and make multiple trips. Okay, I'll stop running into the wall. Whew. Not much of a backstroke with one arm. Oh man. Let's go back. Halls Creek New, I was gonna love it. Now let's get to hiking. We gotta get to Bullfrog. Morning of day 17. Camped up on the slick rock last night, east of the fold. Had a very frustrating evening, making my way along the Halls Creek and all the brush. The brush out there is just crazy. I spent the last hour or so just probably going a half a mile. It's just like an impenetrable wall. It was so frustrating. It was just a big roadblock. It wasn't until I climbed up on these red rocks that I got away from it. Looking up at the fold, that's the Miller Creek area over there. Then looking up to Cliff Point. And the Baker Trail goes over about right in there. Drops into Stevens Canyon on the other side. And looking south and southeast down towards Bullfrog. I could see the lights at the marina last night. Way out there, farther than I wanted, unfortunately. Day 17. That brush out there is a nightmare. Definitely walking up on these rocks is the way to go. You want to avoid that stuff like the plague. Gonna have to fight the brush again. Oh, I hate it. I'm starting to see shells, which means on occasion Lake Powell is at this level. Kind of crazy to think about as I fight through all this brush. There she is. Finally see the lake out there. It's low, as expected. Should make my shortcut a little bit easier. Strange landscape. Walking across Halls Bay on Lake Powell. There's Bullfrog. It's crazy, I got turned around. Those lights I saw last night must have been Hall's Crossing. I was headed that way. Bullfrog's over here, so I've drifted a little far south. Oh man, I'm lucky to have an innate sense of direction, but I did get turned around there. Also, I blame Gaia. I didn't print maps this time like I usually do, and the Gaia app is just terrible for downloading offline maps. It has really screwed me up. I've basically gone this whole way with no detailed maps, just because I thought I had them on my phone and I didn't. Just over there, my new resupply. Hopefully 2 new trekking poles, and most importantly, my ride across the lake. Fortunately, I don't think I'm going to make it in time to do any of that today, which sucks because that means I'm going to waste about a half a day in the hip town of Bullfrog. Have to go see if there's any clubs I can go to, any happening hot spots. What really sucks here is I can't see the lake, so I can't tell where I can cross. I know it's low, I just don't know exactly how low. I'm hoping I can get across over here, but I may have to go farther up. So I'm just angling this way. Quite the flotilla out there. And as feared, the lake goes a little higher than I'd like. Even that lighter area out there is probably marshy, muddy. Could be hard to cross. That's where I want to be. I gotta go that way and back. Well, I've reached the end of the lake. Now to be determined how far I have to go before the mud is dry enough for me to walk across. This is nerve-wracking. I feel like I'm going to plunge through at any moment. Crouched behind this little bush for some shade. There's absolutely no shade out here. It's rough. I'm glad it's not hotter. Sun is out full force, but it's not that hot. Oh, Lake Powell, you're making this harder than it should be. Well, any hope I had of getting to the post office just vanished with this canyon. Gotta go around. So close, Bullfrog, yet so far away. Oh, today's been a tough one. Just when I thought I was going to make a push and make it to at least the post office in time, hit the canyon. First I thought it was just going to be a short diversion up from the lake, so I didn't have any water. It's turned out to be like an hour-long excursion climbing through these slots. And I'm out of water. It's terrible, but I finally found this godsend shade ledge. There's been no shade out there, so this is so nice. First deep shade I've seen in a long time, hours. So I'm cooling down now and it feels good. Okay. I just jumped in the lake. It felt great. Man, I think I got overheated on that hike up around that slot canyon by the time I got back down to the lake. I needed water and I needed to cool down. So I got both the fast way. Just jumped in. Anyway, feeling pretty deflated because I didn't make it to Bullfrog on time. I was hoping I'd at least get my cash. And I didn't think I'd make the 1 o'clock ferry, but I was hoping I'd make the 2 o'clock shut off for the post office, but it didn't happen. So now I have to kind of leisurely spend a day here and do it all in the morning. Catch the 11 a.m. shuttle. See that fish? It's pretty crazy. Anyway, there's worse places to be stuck, I guess. All right, I haven't even gone into the little marina yet. I think I'm going to do that, see if I can get a cold drink. I just have to figure out how to get across the gully. Oh, hey, Mr. Shadow. Hey, look, little Mr. Shadow. How do I do this? This is killing me. All right, I found a way down into the gully. Now I can't get out the other side. The silt layer here is about 30 feet deep. I'm just in this channel of silt. Finally, civilization. I don't exactly know where, but we're here somewhere. One thing I love about civilization. Mr. Shadow approves too. It's day 18. I'm still here in Bullfrog. I've actually found a relic of a previous culture. Check this out over here. So look at this. Check that out. I guess it's what they used to call a payphone. You'd actually put coins in it and you were able to make a call anywhere in the world, I guess. Just no, no pictures or video chat. All right. Enough of this foolishness. We have to catch a ferry and get across the lake and keep on walking. Well, it's the end of the era. I'm kind of sad to see these guys go. Gotta leave them behind. Maybe someone else will use them. They served me well, especially the stick from the Escalante region. But It's time for a new era. We have new trekking poles. Gonna see if this helps me out. The new era of the green and orange sticks. A little different experience for brunch. Since I'm still in Bullfrog, I'm taking advantage of the local corner market. Check this out. Yep, that's a little better than freeze-dried food. Should be a treat. Suckage to the max. Walking the road. Luckily it's only 90 degrees or so out here and you can see there's plenty of shade, right? Not fun. And the wind is blowing. It makes it a little harder to walk. And I'm walking with a lot of water right now. And I have a long ways to go up that mesa before I can get back into the canyons. Okay, let's keep it going. You know, I show a lot of the fun, beautiful places in Utah. A lot of what I don't show is like this, where I'm walking for a few hours and it's not very fun. I'm hiding behind this little sage, trying to avoid the sun as much as possible. As I walk down the road, it's like a 5.5 mile stretch. Day 18. I've escaped the heat by climbing under the road into this little culvert. It's a tiny one. It's only like 2 feet high. It's all I need. In the shade, and it just feels like air conditioning. It's awesome. I could stay here for a while. Not many cars going by, but when it does, it makes quite the noise. Car. Feels good. Inside the culvert. Inside the culvert. It's my new hit single called Inside the Culvert on a Sunny Day. This is the price to pay for walking through some amazing areas. Sometimes you got to do these little connector routes. Anyway, it's all good. Down the road with Mr. Shadow. He doesn't like road walking very much. Soon we'll be to the place that we'll leave the road and we'll both be a lot happier. Well, and more pictographs. I just love those handprints. They're so cool. But before we go that way, we actually have to go this way down off these cliffs.